$2,600 on every deal, and that's no shitty deal. You sell 10 cars in a month, that's $5,000 right there in money. And then you always bonus. Everything's bonus. Everything's units. You want to move mad units. Like, it doesn't matter like how much you hold or what your closing ratio is, or you should shoot for a 30% closing ratio. Like, you should close 1 out of every 3. If you're not, you're a pussy and you're weak. That's what they say. You know, that's how they think of things. You're a weak pussy. Like, everybody who walks in there, they didn't come to buy lollipops. They came to buy cars. That's what I did. That's what I did. So, like, when you meet him, you say, hi, how you doing? Then you bring him back to your desk. You go out there, you say, hi, how you doing on the lot? You take a look at a few cars. If they say, oh, go get the keys for this, I want to take a look. You're like, no. Come on in, we'll take a look. I'll be like, I'm going to save you some time to help narrow down your search. I got software to help me do this. Tell me a little bit about the car you're looking for. You get them back to your desk. You get their information. You say, oh, we'll take all these cars out for a ride. We're going to take 4 or 5 cars out. Who cares? You know what I mean? Or if they have one, it doesn't matter. You get their driver's license. You take their name, address. You put it into your computer. And you say, hey, what's the best number to reach you at? Oh, okay. Oh, that's my house. Is that your house? Because no one picks up the house. Like, it's going to happen fast. And remind them that the #1 car buying problem that people in the #1 problem with car buying in people's minds is that it takes too long. That's like the #1 issue. So, you know, you don't have to necessarily that it's going to be fast. Just tell them it's going to be quick and painless. So be like, I'll take down some information. Our best number to reach you at. I'll get you the best price. Be like, we have guarantees. And then you take them on a test drive. During the test drive, you explain the cars. Explain every fucking thing. Point to everything. It doesn't have to. You want them to say yes. Like, is that what that? Yeah. Power windows. See it? Yeah. I see it. Power steering. It's got power seats. You start at the driver's door. You start at the driver's door. You open the door. You're like, oh. You're like, this is a, this is a Kia. This is like let's say an MDX. We'll be like, oh, look at power seats. They all come with leather. Driver's control, Bluetooth phones, power windows, power locks, sunroof. Yeah. You see this? Look at this gas tank release. Look at and you sit in the back seat. You're tall. It'll work. Be like, I'm 6. What are you, 6'9"? So you'd be like, I'm 6. So like you sit in the back seat. You're like, I have plenty of legroom and headroom. Be like, I doubt anybody this big is gonna be sitting back here. But in the event that they do, they're gonna have enough space. You open the trunk. You start on the other side. You put them in. You open the passenger side. You point out a few features in this thing. You talk about the safety of the car, typically, because you're pretty much running out of like cosmetic things physically. You start talking about the safety and the service by the time you're on that side of the car. You sit them in that fucking passenger seat and shut the fucking door. And then you jump around the front and you drive away with them. You're like, yeah, look at this car. look at this car. It drives like a dream. Notice how the acceleration gives you the power to merge with traffic. Buy it today. Buy it today. Buy it today. Buy it today. Don't bring up anything. And then drive it down the street, switch to them, tell them it's a state law. And then you get out, you fucking switch at the car, you point to it. Brian's father will tell fucking people that the front of the car looks like a Porsche. Any car. He came into my dealership with him and I was selling Fords. He was like, look at the Ford Focus. Front of that thing looks like a Porsche. I said that line like 40 fucking times, and I sold so many Ford Focuses because I was so good at selling. Typically, if you can get good at selling like 2 of the cars at that's good. That's enough. Like if you're really good at selling, like I'm good at selling MDX and TLs, pre-owned TLs. That's a fat car. Like the MDX is the fattest SUV out, and I'll say that. I'm like, MDX is the best SUV you can buy, and it is. It really is. And I drink the punch. So after that, you get them back, and they're going to want to start negotiating. Be like, look, little trick of the trade when they're pulling back in the fucking, into the dealership, tell them to park it in the sold line. That's like it's called a trial close. It's where like you go in for like just a play around. Have they taking physical ownership of this car? Because when people drive the new car, what do you do when you drove your test car? You're like, this is going to be my new car. This is better than my old car. This radio's fatter, this car drives better, it's newer, it's fatter. They're all thinking that. Doesn't matter if it's a Kia. Like I'll drive it. Me personally, I will drive a new Kia and be like, this ain't that bad of a car. How could you? It's nicer than your car. It doesn't have to. That's what people get caught up in. That it's like, oh, they're here for this car. They're here for a new fucking car. It doesn't matter. A new car, used car, anything is gonna seem nicer than their fucking shitty car. You know what I mean? And so like. Just get them pumped. Like, you just be like, look at this, it's fat. Like, Look at it, B. Make them touch the fucking car. They say when they like physically touch it, they start to like snap inside. So get them on that, and then start selling the car and start selling yourself, and be like, I always sound like I'm young. I'm here. I'm gonna take care of you. It's one of those things where people want it to be easy and streamlined. So if you call someone like me, my cell phone's on my card. You call someone like me and you tell me you want a car for your sister. By the time she gets here, I'm gonna have 3 of the cars she wanted pulled up. It's little things like that that save your time, and your time's worth money. You make $90 an hour. Ha ha ha! Just kidding. Like things like that. And when you're working your desk, like basically what you're doing is you're getting that price, and then you go into your sales manager. You go into the office. That's a box. The office. You go there and you work the deal. It's called pencil. First pencil. Then you walk back there. You get your payments, the car, the discount, whatever. Their trade-in information. If they're trading in a car, ask them if they're selling you their car. Are you selling us? You don't call it trading. It's are you selling us your car today? Yeah, I am. Okay. Then you take down their trade information, you get a copy of their registration, you get the actual mileage off the dashboard, you walk out to their car, you fucking take that down, and then you take that information before you walk up to the desk for first pencil. You get all their information, year, mileage, there's a slip, there's a fucking form. You go get, is there your registration in your desk? You want to grab it for me? Okay, no problem. If you're making them work, if they're not being a prick, you can make them work. That means they're starting to, you're making them, like you're in control. If they're holding your pen, you lost control of the deal. Keep control of them. Make sure that they, keep them like a little slave. Make them do things. Ask them if they want, you want a water? Would you like something to drink? Would you like a coffee? It's like a very, it's a dom sub thing. That'll work the best. And then, let's see here. You're gonna work you get your trade information, get the actual mileage off. That's really good car salesman ethic. If you're actually if they're like, oh, I have 164,000. Just don't write 164,000. Go out to the car and get the actual mileage. That's like good. Like your manager will fucking love you for that in the end. And then that's the key. You want to listen to exactly what your manager says. You want to the good car salesman will always listen to his manager. Like, if he tells you to go and tell them that they couldn't afford a fucking pencil, then you go there and tell them they couldn't afford a pencil. Good managers are managers. They make a lot of money. They're real smart. They've been in the business for like 25 years. They're always good. Any manager that's there is typically a good manager, and it's better. You're better on the line of respecting them than trying to see holes. Bad car salesmen will always they call them putting rats in your head, and they're like, oh, manager sucks. You can't do this. That's a bad way to look at it. You have to look at them they know what they're doing. Work with them. They're just trying to make you money too. That's a good thing. Car salesmen have this big thing about making other people money when they get up to management positions. So. Go back to the desk. It's always great news. I have great news. Look, I know you're looking to be at 500, but you have to understand, no one ever goes out. I mean, if we could go out there and name, unless they're actually understanding, every $20 for 1,000. That's rule of thumb. Every time, oh, I want to be at 300 a month, automatically, okay, they're a $15,000 car. You walk them to a $15,000 car. They're like, oh, I don't want this. Be like, oh, that's $350 a month. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to lie to you. That's how we got in trouble. That's how we got in this mess. So. You have to it's called pre-qualifying, understanding what the fuck these people are talking about. Make sure that, because customers are delusional. People are delusional. Understand that money down is key. How much? Don't ask them that until you get back at the desk. Until you get back from the test drive. Don't even talk about money. Just initially, hey, what are you trying to be around payment-wise? Okay. Go back to the desk. Great news. The payment. Their monthly payment and their down payment. This is the price of the car, this is with tax, registration, and documentation fees, your total amount of finance will be this. At this many terms, at this many months, you can finance this much money, and there's usually a matrix that they'll give you. And then you point you put your hand right over the price, and then you talk right about the payment. It's the best thing to do. No one will teach you that. And then, okay, then they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to fucking pay that. And then you'd be like, alright, look, how close to this number can you come? Remember to say that. That's the most important. I forgot to do that for so long. How close to $599 can you come? They're at 400. They're like, oh, I can do $485. Okay, now listen, let me ask you this.